What you are about to hear is the conception of the podcast We Are Rhonda, an advice and lifestyle show by Rhondas for Rhondas. As we get off the ground here, I'm going to ask for you to send us your questions to be featured in our show, no matter how dauntingly personal they may be. Send them to wearerhonda@gmail.com. You may also follow us on Twitter for regular updates at We Are Rhonda. That's Rhonda with an H right after the R in case you didn't know. And coming soon, wearerhonda.com. But in the meantime, please subscribe to our podcast and listen to us with all of your hearts and your many ears. Thank you so much for being here. We hope you enjoy us as much as we enjoy you. I'm being held here against my will.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Family Time.
Is that your idea?
That was my idea.
Family time?
Family time.
I had an idea that I didn't even really think about because the idea was that we just take a Simon and Garfunkel song and that's the title.
Okay. But
I don't know any Simon and Garfunkel songs other than Bridge Over Troubled Water. What about just Troubled Water?
Ooh, I like that. What's the theme?
I don't know. But I am going to go grab my Simon and Garfunkel CD to get some ideas.
I thought it would be Family Time. Family Time. Michelle.
You came up with this name without running it past us, but I think that could be a good topic for the podcast.
Let's do it.
Okay, I couldn't find it, but I found a Beach Boys Greatest Hits CD instead.
Okay, perfect.
California Girls.
What's the next one? Please.
I think you're gonna like this one.
Yes.
I Get Around.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun, spunky. It's
around.
really insinuating. And I like that about it. It doesn't really mean anything.
No.
At all. But it does.
Could it maybe mean when a round starts up, when people begin singing row, row, row your boat, that I get it. And I'm going to get in there. I'm going to support the round. So this is
a musical. Well, then we could just call it Anything, the musical. Face Off, the musical.
Face Off, the musical.
Starring Nick Cage. And John Travolta.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the TV show for a second, which is way better than Face Off, the movie.
No, Eli, you're out of your element.
He's no longer in this. Donald.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone so hard.
Wait. Are you serious? You actually like Face Off, the movie?
It's my favorite movie. It was my favorite movie before I even saw it.
What makes it your favorite movie?
The wild antics. Okay, what sold it was Donald's brother Paul and my brother explained the plot to me on a road trip to St. Louis. And I hadn't seen it before, but it was at that moment that it became my favorite movie. They told me pretty much plot by plot and twist by twist everything that happened, including when the faces were off, how terrible they made it look like Nick Cage's face was covered in ketchup. And he still had eyelids.
This is sort of like arranged marriage. You describe the person before you meet them, and then on the day that you meet them,
I fell in love. I didn't even need to meet them. And then I finally saw it, and I was not disappointed. Should I read some more Beach Boys titles?
Yes, please.
All right.
We need a title. We need to decide kind of what we're going to talk about.
Mix and match.
I just feel like it's going to have to be a mix and match because everything is taken, and so is my family.
Ooh, it's rough right around the holidays, huh?
You're really pushing this family idea, Donald.
The family's it's kind of been an inside joke between me and Donald for a while, with Liam Neeson and whatnot. It's a whole it's a whole thing.
But it's not just
a whole ordeal, really.
Okay, so it's not Liam Neeson, it's
Liam.
No, it's not.
What?
It's Liam Neeson.
And he's maybe I picture him being 4 inches tall.
He's a little tiny guy and he lives in your pocket. and his family's been taken, and he always has a cold.
And he says, I'm Liam Neeson. My family's been taken.
I have a particular set of skills.
Please help me.
This doesn't make sense to anyone.
No, it makes total sense. It makes sense. Please help me. My family's been taken.
Ooh, number 10.
Right.
Help me, Rhonda.
Okay. I like this one, but we're going to have to find somebody named Rhonda.
Do we though? Do we have to find somebody named Rhonda?
No, this could be a great thing. We could go into the phone book and just dial up a Rhonda in every single episode.
Did you know that Betty Crocker used to be like a helpline where they would call this person that was named Betty Crocker to like help them out with certain like life situations, and then they branded that whole thing named off of Betty Crocker. So we could do
Just
like a
life situations or like baking situations?
cooking. It was like life situations. And so maybe we could do like a Rhonda, like help me Rhonda. So like someone will call in and they'll say help me Rhonda, and then we can help them out as Rhonda.
We are Rhonda.
We are Rhonda collectively.
Oh, I like that title. We are Rhonda.
We are Rhonda. We could do We Are Rhonda and have a Help Me Rhonda section. We could have something once a year. We like do a big extravaganza and call it a rendezvous.
Yeah, I was just.
Okay, so guys, begin RSVPing for the very first annual rendezvous.
It's not a rendezvous, it's a rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Help me, Rhonda.
Here's the thing about Rhonda. Rhonda is a name I cannot picture a toddler having.
Oh, you would never name a baby Rhonda. They
No.
become Rhondas.
You become a Rhonda.
Rhonda is a middle name. Actually, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I was going to say it's a middle name that they adopt in older age, but that's not even real.
What happens?
What do you...
Yeah, how
what
does
do
a
you call-
Rhonda become a Rhonda?
I'm looking up what's short for Rhonda, but I can't find anything. It's just Rhonda.
Okay, so we know that Rhondas are not born; they're made. How
Is
does
Rhonda a nickname?
There's a lot of Rhonda shorts. Rhonda Richardson.
You just typed in what is Rhonda short for, and you found that there are a lot of
is Rhonda?
Rhonda shorts.
People spell Rhonda with an H. That's kind of exotic.
So you become a Rhonda when?
37, I think.
Maybe it's like a metamorphosis type thing where they kind of leave the shells of their former beings and then they become Rhonda.
There's a chrysalis,
They evolved
Of a-
from
yeah.
from
Like-
Deborah.
a Deborah.
This weird
Gross.
like crocheted thing that they made in their free time. It's like a shawl. That's the chrysalis.
Not all Debbies are Rhondas, but all Rhondas are Deborahs.
We're Debbie's.
Yeah, we're Debbies.
You know what's funny though? Everyone named Rhonda works in accounts payable. And do not interrupt her smoke break. Do you know anyone over 37 named Debbie or Deborah? The answer is no. You don't.
And if you're named Deborah, you need to go talk to your parents because they're holding something from you.
No, Debbie knows.
Debbie's no.
All Debbies and Deborahs, they know what they're about to become. They don't know why, but they know it's coming.
It's a feeling. Can I tell you guys about this clickbait link I'm looking at right now?
Yes, I love it.
It's called 11 Weird Things People Have Swallowed. This is a bunch of pictures of x-rays. The first one is a fidget spinner. It's just in the throat. It's just trapped in the throat.
The real X-ray?
Yeah, the real x-ray. The second one is a lighter, which, okay, I get that.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
That's why everyone loses them. They don't know that they're all in their stomach.
You're sucking on that cigarette as you're lighting it. You don't even
And they
notice.
both go down.
Cell phone. A whole cell phone. And it looks like
Can you imagine the phone call that led to that? Are they still on hold in the belly?
wait, I can't hear you.
Are they like placing a pizza order? And the phone call goes on forever?
I'm gonna stay on with you. I'm going to stay on.
What happens until the stomach acid digests it and then your pizza shows up, I guess. If you got to that part of the transaction.
It looks like an older phone. So this must have been
Those
when.
were bigger, weren't they?
I mean, it doesn't make it any more reasonable for you to swallow a phone.
It was like an old car phone.
It looks kind of maybe like a flip phone, but it's also really deep into the intestinal tract.
No.
So it's not. So the fidget spinner was stuck in the throat. But
And the stomach acid didn't even do anything to the phone. It's like already through to the intestines.
you can barely make out the buttons on the phone, but it's like you could still tell it's glowing. So I think it has a good battery life.
It's still in the middle of a call.
A toothbrush.
Oh, what? Who brushes their teeth that vigorously?
Okay, so this is a very disturbing. This is not an X-ray. This is an endoscope. You can see like the pole that is probing down the gullet of this human, and the thing that this human swallowed is a fitness tracker. And it's just like this. It looks
You're
like
doing it all wrong. It's not a diet pill.
It looks like a stopwatch deep into like that moon planet with the worm in it in Star Wars.
Isn't it Endor?
Yeah, you missed the joke. It's an endoscope. Never mind. A dental instrument. I want to talk about that one.
No. Oh, God. What?
A dental instrument.
Like the thing with the hook?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the picker, like the.
It's a picker.
Oh, the scrapey scraper?
Yeah, it's a scraper.
And they swallowed it?
And they swallowed it. And
It's gouging up their insides as we speak.
yeah, they're dead now. They doesn't.
Oh, thank God.
They died quick and painful.
I did not want them to live through that. That's traumatizing. One time I was at the dentist and, oh God, I hate the dentist. But one time I was there and they dropped one of those pickers on my face. But they had put these goggles on me, and the lady goes, well, that's why we give you goggles. Because they just are dropping these tools in other patients' faces, I guess. I would have gone blind in an eye if I didn't have those goggles on.
You know, us dentists, we're clumsy.
Seriously.
Did you know that it's not like a definite thing that dentists will be able to remove your tonsils? Like sometimes they may fall into your throat.
Wait, dentists are responsible for removing tonsils?
That's what.
They removed my tonsils. They
That sounds like extracurricular activities for your dentist. That doesn't sound like the appropriate.
Did I tell you the story about my whole recommendation with my dentist was extracurricular because he had to remove a lot of teeth. Wait, okay, so I was born with 2 sets of teeth. Like
oh my God, like an alligator?
Yeah, like, well.
Or is it a shark? I think it's sharks.
It's a shark. Second top and a second bottom of teeth. And I remember they had to put me up on this like thing that hung me by my head. And I don't know. I was secured by my head standing up. Is all I can remember. And it was like they put me under anesthesia, of course, but they had to pull out like I don't know how many teeth are in a set, but that many teeth, and then they just cut my tonsils out.
They're like, well, we're down here.
Well, rather we're in here. Holy shit. That's a wild ride.
And you swallowed one of them.
Well, what I learned from that is that doctors aren't very sure whether or not your tonsils will be able to be removed. At least my doctor wasn't. And that was communicated not to me, but to my father, who was in the same room as me.
Because that was a second thought that they had.
And also probably because you went to the dentist and not a surgeon.
I assume that they had someone who was qualified to monitor me while I was under anesthesia.
I'm pretty sure that this dentist was like, kick me out of med school. I'll show you.
It's like taking revenge on these small children with abnormal teeth amounts.
What's stopping a failed dropout doctor from just opening a doctor's office? Who's going to stop them? If they have enough money to rent out a building, hire a bunch of nurses. Nurses need jobs too. They're not going to look at his credentials.
No. They're going to look
You can
at...
print a degree off the interweb and hang it on your wall.
You can get that shit on Print Shop.
Who cares if the doctor doesn't have a license? No one checks. You don't go to a job interview and say, okay, but let me see your degree.
No degree matters, and everybody's just qualified to do whatever they want.
Accurate. That is exactly what I'm saying.
I think pedophilia is like very close to being a pediatrician for children, you know?
Could we
being a pedophile.
not make such big jumps in the future, please?
I failed out of pediatry school, but I sure aced the hell out of pedophilia.
And you, when the parents ask you, what got you into this feeling? You're like, I've always wanted to touch a lot of kids.
That's what there's a very fine line between being a pediatrician and a pedophile.
Okay.
There's not a fine line.
For touching all the children, we reward you pediatrician of the century.
Aww.
But we were wrong. But in retrospect, we were so wrong.
Is he gonna be okay?
He's never okay. He's always like hysterically laughing at something.
Good.
Michelle, can you tell a story about your dentist? I feel like you have one. Don't you have a hot dentist? Or didn't you?
Well, I did. He was a looker. Me and my mom were like really attracted to him, and so whenever me and her would be like in the kitchen giggling about something, my dad would always be like, "Are you guys talking about Dr. Markowski again?" And we usually were. And I'm pretty sure my dad has agreed that he's a pretty man.
Oh, that's a big thing for your father.
Yeah, he likes to protect his masculinity as much as he can.
But at some point, he's had enough of being out of the conversations about Mr. What's his name?
Doctor, and it's Markowski.
I imagine if you try to get on like a personal basis with Dr. Markowski, like you would like reinforce that he is indeed a doctor and not a Mister to you.
Oh yeah. Funny story though. I recommended him to Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
You know Tyler Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in Des Moines, and he went to him, and I was like, tell Dr. Markowski I said hi. And so he did, and he relayed the message that Dr. Markowski said hi back. Oh, I just got butterflies.
Do you think doctors see patients differently? Like, I imagine for someone like a doctor, like a dentist, to remember someone, they might remember like the way your tongue looks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he sees me as nothing but a mouth. Yeah, that's kind of hot.
Did you say that you sucked on his fingers under sedation?
I have sucked on his fingers so many times, but like accidentally. No, don't laugh at this. It's serious. I'll tell you why. But only if you stop laughing at my pain.
Don't ruin the mystery. Just leave it like he sucked on his finger. It's just for fun.
All right. I sucked on his fingers pretty much every visit, but no big deal.
So we can totally understand why somebody would swallow a dental instrument.
I've swallowed many dental instruments, is what I mean.
So some of these X-rays are pretty reasonable, like a bobby pin. What's the weirdest thing you've swallowed?
My pride.
That's a stupid answer. Try again.
All right, Michelle, what's the weirdest thing you swallowed?
Stretch Armstrong. Beat that bitch.
Wait, the whole thing? Like the whole...
Oh, no. I ate his innards slowly.
Go on.
Yeah, so my brother had the Stretch Armstrong, as many young boys did, and he acquired a small hole in him one day, and we still wanted to play with him, so he put a Band-Aid over it, but then he started oozing this goop, and so I tasted the goop because it looked like honey, and it was delicious, and it just tasted like sugar goop, and so I kept it hidden under my bed, and I would crawl under my bed and slowly suckle the goop out of his arms. And then I got one arm done that was depleted. And then I cut open the other arm and continued my feed. And then once he was completely devoured, I didn't think I would ever just be able to live in the world anymore. So I raided my brother's closet and found out that he had not only Stretch Armstrong, but he also had his dog, Stretch Arm Dog. No, it was something stupid. But anyways, I ate the dog too, is what I'm saying. It wasn't quite as good as Stretch because I think they had used like a different formula, but it was still pretty close. I recently found out the ingredients of the original OG Stretch, and it was corn syrup and cement is what I ate. Just a belly full of corn syrup and cement. For who knows how long that was in there. It's probably still in there.
I'm looking at the Stretch Armstrong Wikipedia, and the first sentence that has caught my eye is the last two were filled with a granular solid in place of a viscous liquid found in the other figures.
Yeah, that's
I've seen a new one, and they're really gritty.
Yeah.
And they don't stretch very well. Like, they don't hold their stretch very well.
Those tiny pellets.
But
it's more sandy, though.
Yeah.
Like, more gritty.
Whoever wrote that sentence on Wikipedia felt the need to link the words viscous liquid to its own article, which I feel like could be compelling to you in order to find additional toys to suck the life out of me.
My friend was going to buy me one of the new Stretch Armstrong because she was Christmas shopping for her children and sent me a picture of Stretch Armstrong on the shelf with the title or the caption under it of "Are you hungry?" And I replied yes, but not for that new age Stretch. Get me that OG Stretch with the goopy stuff that I like so much.
If we could maybe get some people to listen to us, we might just have a cache of Stretch Armstrongs coming our way for you.
They're so expensive. I mean, trust me, I've looked for the original one. No. Sometimes I get that hunger.
It's like a modern day vampire. Like
I know.
There should be like an off True Blood episode where it's just you sucking on fucking Stretch Armstrong.
True Stretch. True goop.
Oh, hey, are you still on the Wikipedia page by chance?
Yes, I am.
Can you look up what the dog's name was?
That's what I was looking for originally, but it looks like there's more than just a dog. There's a Stretch X-Ray, a Harbart Sport, Mr. Muscolo, 1977 Italian
is Mr.
version.
Muscolo orange?
His name is just...
Oh my God. No. Yeah. I remember him. I remember biting on him. This is the thing. This is how
we had a cool family.
I absolutely chewed on your brother's Stretch Armstrong doll.
And then I ate him.
And then you ate him. Like
I devoured that boy.
This is how Coyote... I feel like, so Michelle and I are cousins. We spent a lot of time together as kids, and they had the coolest toys. Andy and Michelle did.
Until I ate them.
Until Michelle ate them.
Fucking sucked the life out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got called down to dinner or something like that, and you guys went ahead, but I was like, just one little nibble. I just need one. And I remember biting into that man's arm, and I feel like, what if I was the one who caused the initial rip?
You didn't do it. Trust me. I remember the day it ripped so well.
Okay.
So don't worry.
I feel like I might have weakened him, but also
no, maybe, but he was taking quite a beating on the cement that day. It was almost like we were trying to impale him. So we wanted that sweet nectar from within. You know I did.
I feel like we should leave it there. Thank you for listening to Family Time. Yeah, let's go through a couple more. Okay, let's just do a couple
since
more.
I have this here.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Surfing USA is fun.
Oh.
Fine. Fine. How about be true to your school?
Be true to your school. I like that.
Me too.
That's a good sign off, though.
Am I the only one that's attached to Rhonda? I kind of like Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda, or we are Rhonda.
We are Rhonda.
I think it's funny, but
Or it could be help me, Rhonda.
help me, Rhonda. Well, I kind of like the we are Rhonda because we could have a help me, Rhonda section where it's like advice.
I like
And then
that as a segment.
Rendezvous.
I like rendezvous, but rendezvous don't they happen but once a year?
Wait, what if we get a question and we ask a Rhonda for advice? I like that as a segment. Like, it's time for another segment of Help Me,
Like
Rhonda.
Facebook message someone named Rhonda or call someone named Rhonda?
Oh, like, just,
Yeah, like the yellow pages.
But what if Rhonda doesn't answer? What if Rhonda hangs up? Or what if Rhonda calls us idiots? I'd
it
be
sounds
sad.
like a perfect segment.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
And then we'd say, well, I guess Rhonda's not very helpful.
We'd be like, Rhonda has spoken. What do I do about my divorce?
Wow, Rhonda's a bitch.
Wrong number.
Rhonda's right. You should just get over that. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. We got a
Ooh,
song
what if
for
we
it?
just called someone named Rhonda and play that song and
Yeah.
see what happens?
Please help me. Please help me, Rhonda.
What if we find the Rhonda
I think
in
we
our
will.
random calling of Rhondas?
I think we will.
And we
I mean, I know
find
we
one
will.
that really sticks and she like enjoys our company and enjoys the rendezvous.
That's our goal.
Then that could be the rendezvous is when we get a hold of Rhonda.
There is
That's
Rhonda.
Yeah.
that's our thing we're looking for. We're trying to find the Rhonda.
So does the
The
podcast
Rhonda.
end when we find Rhonda?
Yes, it can be like
No, that's when it begins, my friend.
that's when it begins. We are looking for Rhonda, and
How about, yeah, we could do looking for Rhonda until we are Rhonda.
then on season 3 when we find her, we are Rhonda.
We've got Rhonda.
We found Rhonda.
And then season 4 is just Rhonda.
The thing I love about this is that we will. The premise is that we will know when we've found Rhonda. Like, we will talk to many Rhondas, but we will know when the right Rhonda.
You know when you're right
You know
and when
when you're
Rhonda's right.
You know when Rhonda's right.
The last season, we defeated Rhonda.
Then we have to defeat her.
We've killed Rhonda.
So it goes from we're looking for Rhonda or whatever version of that to we found Rhonda or to we got Rhonda to we've killed Rhonda. It's like a whole arc
Oops, we killed Rhonda.
that dies of like natural
We didn't
circum-
water her enough.
Oh my God, that's the worst. It turns out Rhonda is a plant.
And she got like root rot. You overwatered Rhonda.
What?
Yeah.
No, but seriously though, Michelle, what Rhonda doesn't have root rot?
Oh, that's a good point. You know what Rhonda root rot is?
What?
It's varicose veins.
When she's wearing her like purple yoga sketchers and like her tight yoga pants, and you can just see that like really curly vein around her ankle bone.
Yeah, that's Rhonda root rot.
That's a really good drag
Yeah.
name.
Ron-
If I was a drag queen, I'd be varicose veins.
really like that drag name that you came up with a little bit ago, vice versa.
Joanne Fabrique.
Oh yes, yeah. See, my whole arc is that I love Joanne's fabric, and like I go in there and smell the pine cones specifically. Like that's basically it.
The
And
cinnamon pine cones.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about? I just bury my face in those.
So many people have buried their face in those. You should probably just stay like an inch away. Don't bury your face.
I could stay like 12 feet away and still smell them, but I would rather have my face in those pine cones.
So would all the kids' fingers. And they've been eating a lot of jelly sandwiches, so you're going to get their jelly goo all over your face if you bury it.
Is it wrong to say that I want their jelly goo on my face?
You might be a pediatrician.
This goes back to podiatry. There you go.
Hey, low hanging fruit that tastes really fucking good. Mm.
Yeah.
So wait, have we settled on a name?
No.
Can we be John Cougar Melancholy?
Oh my God, that's good. John Cougar Melancholy. That means that we don't always have to be upbeat and laughy. We can sometimes
Right.
just be.
It's sweet.
You know, somebody once told me that mel is the Latin root for honey. Mel finds its way into words like melody or melancholy. It means a sweet sadness. John Cougar Melancholy could be all about how sweet it is to be a sad man named John Cougar.
I don't know. John Cougar's a pretty sweet name.
Yeah, but not every day.
That's true. Living that cougar lifestyle is pretty rough.
Can you? But no, living up to that cougar lifestyle.
Oh,
That's what I mean.
that is tough.
That's what's
That's
what's rough. Pedophiles are more qualified to rape children.
I agree.
But you asked me, and so I think I got
They are
the
more
answer.
qualified because they're more experienced.
Pedophile and a pediatrician are in the same room, and they're going to start talking about their qualifications and whether or not they have the right to touch children over the other.
Which highlights the importance of looking at and actually reading the degrees posted on the walls. Because what if?
I know, but like backtracking like an hour ago
Mm-hmm,
to my point of you can just print any degree off of the internet
mm-hmm.
and type your name. Just fill in your name here.
Yep.
No
I would-
one's checking the validity of that
Yeah, I
if
would-
you're the doctor hiring the nurses.
Yes. Could we maybe issue each other honorary degrees? Because I think
Yes.
none of us have degrees at this point, do we?
Nope.
No,
No.
I'm a garbage person.
No, and me too.
But you can get
Can I get a
degree for
trash
that.
degree?
Yeah. This is like
Okay.
a napkin.
Hold on.
I want it written on a napkin, but like a dirty one.
Oh, yeah.
And I want it to be in quill ink, signed by the president of the United States,
But you need to have
his dog.
with a paw print. But I feel like we need to have degrees. So this is our one opportunity, Michelle, to have the degree that we've always wanted.
I don't even know what it would be called. I want a degree that allows me. I think it'd be like. Let me try to piece this together. It'd definitely be some sort of surgeon mixed with astronauts. I want to be able to. Here's what I want to be able to do with my degree, because that didn't make any sense. I want to be able to perform alien autopsies.
Oh, it's great.
Ooh.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So, Michelle Guild, I hereby welcome you to the stage and wish to offer you this honorary degree in alien autopsy. What do you have to say for yourself?
I want to thank. This is an acceptance speech, right?
Yes, it's your degree.
I want to thank Jesus
Mm-hmm. For
and
giving
my
you the
mom.
aliens.
She always told me I could do whatever I wanted when I grew up, which I'm still growing. I also want to thank Dana Scully
Mhm.
for the inspiration for this degree. God bless America. Thank you.
That was a nice speech. Oh, and one more thing.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
That's how every honorary degree should end.
And then every time someone says, "Oh wait, and one more thing."
Oh, wait. One more thing.
It's your doctor like delivering you like your death sentence. It's like 3 more months to live. Oh, and one more.
If they allow that pause, I'm getting in there.
Sodium barbital, sodium pentothal. Oh, and one more thing. Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Kate McKinnon just runs in there and just
She does a
yells.
loop around the body.
Nailed it.
There's no applause. Okay, what is one thing you guys wish you could talk about? Because we need to wrap this up.
I'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's
I
been
can't
our
even
show.
get it out because it was
Goodbye. It's been great. And please visit our sponsors, Bedpan and Beyond, and
and beyond.
and Beyond, and Sasquatchitanian fashion. It's been a hairy ride. Everything's gonna be a good thing.
And beyond the thing. I'm really proud of that. What a goof.